figure out how to do it, and with the same people.
Yeah.
I think everyone, all of us are just, you know.
I wouldn't do it without them unless they paid me.
Because he did the first one for free. So give it up to Steve Marshall. That's the town. That's a committed actor down there. Loves the craft from Canada. But I know, I just want to say thanks to all you guys, because it really, I mean, it shocks me that this many people really like this movie that much, and to hear so many people come up and tell me, you know, oh, it inspired me to get into film or to be a filmmaker, and just the fact that the only reason that this group up here is because of you guys, and you guys really liking that film. So I just want to say thanks, and thanks for getting your voice out there, and you know, making this happen for us too. We love it also.
You're awesome, Rusty.
Thanks, buddy.
I have a question for Tom. What was it like to work with Danny Glover in Lethal Weapon?
Danny Glover was terrific to work with. You know, it's amazing how that was a huge hit movie. And I swear, I think everybody saw it 4 times at least. I was only in 2 scenes in that movie, but I got a lot of work out of that film because it was such a big hit. And I got to work with him again in a thing up in Canada called, it was for HBO, it was called Dead Man Walking, but that was the name of the movie that Sarandon was already doing. So they called it Dead Man Out. And it was Ruben Blades, who was a prisoner and sentenced to death. And I was the main guard of the prison, and Danny was a shrink who had to make sure that Ruben Blades was sane enough.
Are you going to tell us lines from the movie? And I remember some of the lines, actually. Here we go.
No, I don't know. But it was great working with him. He's a nice guy.
How was the makeup artist to work with?
Hey, a little trivia, though, that ties Lethal Weapon to Night of the Creeps. A lot of people don't know that Shane Black and Fred Decker were roommates for a long time. They were a really talented group that came out of this little UCLA crowd.
Yeah. We got to go to the Pato Guys once. That was pretty cool. I mean, you want to talk about a room full of nerds? Holy crap. These guys had this incredible game of Jeopardy on the wall with all these questions that nobody on earth could answer but them. Remember that? And they had all these cards, and any time one of them would think of a question, they would stick it up on the wall, and then once a week they would play this game. Oh wait, that wasn't Frank. Sorry. That was Frank.
Did either of you guys join a fraternity down there?
We tried. We both rushed quite a few fraternities. No one knew who we were. We would be out there, you know, they filmed it at USC.
Every time we were filming at the fraternity,
and then we would break.
They'd say, okay.
Beer just came out of my nose. This is a great weekend.
We could never find them, and they were always partying and drinking.
I wanted to get into a frat house while I was there.
Oh my God.
Not enrolled in school, but I could hang out with the frat boys, you know. Hey, you going to class today, Lively? No.
Because we would night shoot.
Yeah, a lot of night.
Any other questions out here?
This question is for each of you. Of the original and the alternative ending for each of you, what is your favorite ending for Night of the Creeps?
Well, for me, I really like the alternate, to me, the new ending, because none of us had seen the Graveyard ending until we did this, you know, less than a year ago. So it was just so new and different that I really like it, and I like that it left it more open for another story. But I like them both, and I like that you can see both, but I think that the second one leaves the door open to a lot more questions, and I like that better because of that.
Me too. I like the one we saw in Austin, the director's cut with the graveyard and the thing going over and looking for zombies. It was great. Yeah, I loved it.
I like them both.
I like the fact that it didn't end.
The what?
It didn't end. It's still going. No, I prefer the director's cut with the spaceship, and I think there's a lot more possibilities and more things to think of, like where did this go? Then I just thought it was actually a cheat, the original ending, the theatrical ending, because they just went through this horrible day where all this stuff happened, and it was like blowing up stuff and everything, and finally there's some resolution. Tom's dead, I'm dead, the whole place is aflame. These two get to kiss, and now all of a sudden it's just started again, right away. Can we have like 1 minute?
No, I turned my head. I didn't get creeped.
No, they got her.
No, I turned my head. I went like that, and it went past.
She was the
but you
first
didn't see
person in
that
the
part.
whole film who actually realized if you just
got
close your
her.
mouth, they
I was smarter than all of them.
Night of the Creep sequel is going to start, and it's going to be just like real close up on my face, and I'm just going to have a tear coming down, and they'll pull back, and I'll have a picture of the three of them. Oh, and then we'll go.
He's thought this out.
The way it starts for me is Jason is in flames in the middle of the highway, kind of going like this, and a big truck hits him. And then Jill and I are married, and we're going on a honeymoon to the nude beach.
That's a good one.
As long as we're fantasizing.
Go ahead, you got one. You got the mic.
Two things. How long do you plan on acting? Are you retiring and all that?
Oh, I'm never going to retire.
And the other thing is that the shootout at the end of Night of the Creeps has got to be the best one I've ever seen. Probably a lot of people feel the same way with the wheel shot
Yep.
going around.
Oh, yeah.
That was just
Oh,
rad.
yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember.
Didn't I blow up in the basement?
Yeah.
Tape on my mouth? Yeah. Get out of here! Get out of here! Yeah, I don't. No, I'll never retire. I have too much fun working.
Awesome.
I have a question over here. The names that you all have in the movie are after famous directors. Any reason behind that?
Fred Decker, another one of his little things that he did that I think is brilliant, you know. I mean, I didn't even realize how many references there were until I saw it again. And, you know, it's just one of those things that people like. I do. I like it when there are little subtle things in a film that, well, that's not so